Okay, I'm recording this video to show people how to quickly access and start using the Google Classroom for doing homework. So, at the moment, I'm logged in as a child, and unless they're part of any other Google Classrooms, as soon as they log in, they've all entered the class code by now, so they're going to see this little tile here that says P4 at St Gabriel's. So they have to go ahead and click on the word P4 at St Gabriel's. And once they've clicked on the word P4 St Gabriel's, they're going to be introduced with the stream. Now, the stream is a little bit like a Facebook wall, if people use Facebook. The most recent things that get posted go to the top of the page. So that's called the stream up the top here where I'm hovering my mouse. And now the stream is basically the things I posted the longest time ago are at the bottom, and the most recent things are at the top. So, of course, throughout the year that might get more busy. So, there's also up the top here in the middle, classwork section. So, it's probably a little bit more organised to find things through the classwork section. So, at the top is things that haven't been assigned to a certain topic, but the blue headings help you find the topics a bit easier. So we've been doing Eco Warriors for our topic, and we've used that a couple of times in class, as you can see, for Google Classroom as part of our topic. But spelling's probably going to be one of the busiest ones. Each week, I post the week beginning. So I've got, 23rd was today, so that's this week's spelling. I've got all the previous week's spelling listed. As well as that, so the blue dots, sorry, I should say this, are assignments for the students. This grey dot here denotes something that is a material, so it's just for viewing only, whereas the blue things are assignments that pupils have to complete. So, looking at the blue, this week, we'll click on the spelling. So you can see here, they've got a spelling list, which is view only, and we'll see that in a minute. And we've got Google Docs spelling ideas. Now, that is the same. This presentation here, that you'll load in a minute, is the same as the material I've listed here. And the reason I'm duplicating the information is because children are still getting used to using these things, so I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for the children to find things using Google Classroom. You'll also realise that at the bottom of each of my emails I send to you, there's a link to the class blog. I've posted, and it's slightly changed since maybe the last time you look, but I've posted for parents some information. So actually I'm giving you the information in various different ways. It's the same information, just giving it to you in different ways. One main difference you'll notice here is I've tried to make the spelling tasks a bit easier for people to read. I had some feedback that was very useful, so thanks for that. That the grid that I had before was too crammed together, so I've tried to give you some more spread out spelling ideas using this document here. And this slide here, it's a presentation, is exactly what the children can see on their Google Classroom. I like to also add at this point that Google Classroom is mostly for pupils. Parents can sign up to get some notifications, but they don't get the same experience that pupils get to use. That's part of the reason that I created a class blog and an email list, just so I can get information to mums and dads a bit easier, or parents and carers a bit easier. But it's really, really good idea that when your child is logging into Google Classroom, that you sit with them every so often. It's a really good way to see what they've been getting up to. I mean, aside from spelling and homework, you could click on, oh, what have you been doing in your topic? What have you been doing in reading? As I add more topics throughout the year. Okay, so that's just a brief introduction, I suppose. But it's quite important to note that the class blog and Google Classroom are actually two different things. Okay, so Google Classroom is where I want to create good links between home and school learning, where I'll set homework tasks, but also in the class we'll use it at least once a week, usually more than once a week, to support our learning in all curriculum areas using technology. But so today I'm here to talk to you about the homework. So Remember, I'm logged in as a child, so once they've logged in on any device using their Edubuzz details and they're on Google Classroom, they'll see what they need to see. So I'm going to go to the spelling tab, and you'll see that this week I've posted the spelling lists. Now, at the moment, so that's slightly changed the view, so it might be helpful if I go back a bit. If I click on the task, these are two read-only documents, so the children can't type anything on that. You have to click View Assignment to open up sort of the inner workings of the task to really get your teeth into what you're going to do this week. Few different areas to look at here. When I click on this, it's going to open up the spelling words. This won't be on it every week, but for the initial first weeks, I've got this Google Docs spelling slide to give them some ideas of some tasks they might do. If a child posts a comment here, the rest of the class can read what they've said about the task. If a child posts a private comment, that's like a sort of live chat to the teacher. So if a child posts a comment in here to maybe say they're stuck with something or they can't get on this, it'll send me an email. And of course, I'll try my best to get back to any emails parents, carers and children send to me within my normal working hours. Okay, but feel free to use that to ask me any questions. But the most important part here for the child to do their work is the Your Work section up here. So it automatically creates, it probably doesn't automatically create a Google Doc. That's because I've actually clicked on it earlier. So get rid of that. So this bit here is what you'll see as standard, unless I've posted a document that I want them to get access, edit and access to. So it's always a good idea to click up here to get the spelling list. So you're going to have a few tabs open while you do this. So let me just close the ones we don't need anymore. Okay, so it's going to open up a new tab for the spelling words. Okay, and over here, I'll need to go back to the Classroom tab. It's probably a good idea for the first few weeks to open up this presentation to give them some ideas. And then, sorry, for a third time, I'm going to go back to the original Classroom tab. So I've got spelling words open, task ideas open. I'm back here because I'm going to need to add a document. Since this spelling document's only view only, this is like what they would maybe copy down from the board. They need their own page in their jotter to work on, I guess. So this add or create is their own page in their jotter. Now, usually we're going to add a new document, but if they had created something in their Google Drive that might already answer the task, they could pick an existing file from up here. But I'm going to create a new Google Doc for today. And then it'll create a Google Doc with the child's name and the name of the task. So child's name of the task will be the document name. The good thing about your child having a Google Drive is if they use this feature to create through Google Classroom, it'll automatically put it in a nice, neat, organised Google Classroom folder that's broken down task by task. So it helps the children be more organised when they're creating new tasks, and they can go back and look at old learning, and hopefully it's nice and easy for them to find things they've already made. Anyway, once you click on that, this is like your jotter page that you would normally, type and write on, and this one, as you can see, can be edited. So let's say your child was looking at the squirrels group and they're looking at the green, and these are their spelling words this week. The reason I quite like using the tab is that it gets to practice spelling, is it gets the child to look at the word. Okay, so we've got your, Y-O-U-R. Then they have to click off that tab, keep the information in their head. Right, I'm spelling your, Y-O-U-R, and then they can check they got it right. Okay, maybe I know the next word's stick, so I go ahead and type that. And it might be a good idea just to type them all normally first. So I'll do one more just for argument's sake. So catch. And then maybe once I've got my whole word list, I could start doing things like changing the colours. or changing the font and adding in the more sort of creative elements of doing their homework on Google Docs.